Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lori Fahey, President and CEO of the Family Cafe, and I'd like to say welcome. At this time, please stand, if you are able, for a presentation of colors by the Osceola County Honor Guard. Remain standing until the Guard has left the building. Thank you. And please rise, and a special thank you to Star Fields and John and Friends for their accompaniment. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's okay. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you. And a special round of applause to Star and the St. John's and Friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you all so very much. So again, my name is Lori Fahey, and I'm here this afternoon to help introduce this afternoon's festivities. Shut my book and I lost my page. Hold on, be patient with me. Okay, here we go. Okay. So before we introduce our keynote speaker, let me tell you a little bit about what's been going on this afternoon and what went on this morning. So as usual, I know you'll be here with us all afternoon, so I've ordered some rain showers. So don't feel like you're missing any sunshine or any pool time. You're here with us to the rest of the day. So hopefully, this is a huge hotel. Okay, you've walked from one end to the other. So now you've decided you're going to sit, relax, put your feet up, and just sit back and relax. We got a wonderful presentation for you, and we're so delighted. But we couldn't have such wonderful, better support than some of our sponsors. So let me tell you again about our sponsors, and afterwards, we're going to give them a nice round of hoop-ha and clapping, because we're so honored to have them share this opportunity with us. The first is Florida Community Care. They're a managed care plan for the intellectually and developmentally, those with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It's a mouthful, so we call it the IDD program. Florida Community Care is a comprehensive Medicaid plan for people living with IDD, covering medical care, long-term services, and support at home or in the community. I hope you will stop by their booths in the exhibit hall and connect with their FCC staff while you're here at the Family Cafe. Sunshine Health is sponsoring, assisting us this afternoon with our keynote, and they offer government-sponsored health care through Medicaid, the healthcare insurance marketplace through a product called Amber Better and Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plans known as WellCare. It's Florida's long-term Medicaid products include Medicaid, long-term care, and 3 specialty plans. Sunshine Health, you've seen them all around today. Sunshine Health Pathway to Shine Specialty Plan, Sunshine Health Mindful Pathways Specialty Plan, and Sunshine Health Power to Thrive Specialty Plan. Sunshine Health also helps operate the Children's Medical Services, or we know them as CMS, health plan on behalf of the Florida Department of Health. Please visit sunshinehealth.com or follow them on social media at SunHealthFL. We'd also like to thank a couple of our other sponsors, a little tongue-tied, I guess, for helping us hit it out of the park. Wells Fargo, Audubon Garden Group, Able United, Disability Rights Florida, Florida Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, the Able Trust, Florida Division of Blind Services, and NSU Florida. So thank you all. Thank you all so very much for being our supporters, and let's give them all a round of support. So now I have the honor of introducing Sunshine Health Julie Smythe, who's the VP of Child Welfare Programs at Sunshine Health. Now, she joined Sunshine Health as a Vice President, again, of Child Welfare Programs in 2022. She's very accomplished, guys, so listen to this. She's a licensed clinical social worker with over 20 years of experience. Now, I've looked at her, so I figured she started about 5, okay? She has experience in administration of community mental health and child welfare programs, focusing on children and families. She's lived in Florida for over a decade, and during her time, she's worked in community and provider engagement and quality for a specialized Medicaid plan for individuals with severe and persistent mental illness, and as a vice president for community-based care integrated health. If their titles could be a little shorter, I could say it better. But as you know, she's well accomplished. She's been with Sunshine Health. Sunshine Health is a premier sponsor with us, and we appreciate them coming up. Julie, come on up, and I'm going to tell them about your education. She's got a bachelor's degree in sociology, a master's degree in social work, and although she started in Kansas City as a volunteer, she's made it across from New Jersey all the way down to Chicago and back here in Florida. Is pleased to have her. Julie, you're right behind me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lori, and hello, good afternoon, everyone. I have to say, Lori does know how to do an opening, doesn't she? We got the weather report. Who knew it was raining? I didn't, but I do now. So I think there's so much wonderful activity going on in here that it is not missing the outside right now at all. So a heartfelt thank you to Family Cafe for inviting us and for being such a valued partner over the years. The dedication to Florida families and at this conference, as well as all year long, is truly inspiring. We're honored to walk alongside each and every one of you and excited for what the future holds. At Sunshine Health, we believe in being more than just a health plan. We're a part of the communities that we serve, and that means that we're out there lending a hand after a hurricane, opening and running food pantries throughout the state, organizing diaper drives, and doing whatever we need to help meet the real-life needs of our members. It's truly a privilege to serve our communities every day. We carry that responsibility with deep care and commitment. But this isn't about us today. There's so much more for us to share and learn together. I am honored to introduce our keynote speaker for the afternoon, Cesily Collette Taylor, affectionately known as Cece, has been defying expectations since the day she was born. A bright and compassionate 6-year-old, Cece lights up every room she enters with her infectious energy, creativity, and kind heart. She made her film debut as Young Nessarose in Wicked, captivating audiences with her warmth and natural talent. But beyond the screen, Cece is an artist, an aspiring chef, an animal lover, and a passionate advocate for kids with Spina Bifida. Whether she's painting, baking up new recipes, or finding ways to make the world more accessible for all children, Cece approaches life with curiosity and determination. She believes every kid deserves the space to play, to dream, to be seen, and she's on a mission to make that a reality. Cece, that's right, that's right. Cece's joy is contagious, her creativity knows no bounds, and her heart is as big as her dreams. She's not just a rising star, she's a little girl with a big love for life, family, and community. Cece is here today with her family, and please join me in welcoming to the stage Cece's father, Kenny Taylor.
Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? I'm super happy to be here at the Family Cafe. Resources like this and community like this is really important, and I've come to learn the importance of community and resources and people. Like the room in there with all the vendors, my wife and I, our eyes lit up. Like it was so beautiful to see that. We only wish that we had those resources before we had Cesily, to have this community, to have these people. So let's give Family Cafe a round of applause. A really beautiful event. And yourselves for coming out. I have 2 kids myself, so just being able to make it to the ballroom is amazing. Good job, everybody. Thank you. So my daughter, Cesily, she's had an amazing journey. And I'm just happy to have front row seats to be able to watch and be part of it. So what we're getting in today, I just want to make sure you guys see the raw behind the scene footage, that it matters when you know how much it costs to, be in the entertainment industry, not monetarily, but weighing on your time, your mental, etc. Toolbox, practical hacks to help your family, moving from therapists, hunts, budgets, and everything. We never envisioned her being part of the entertainment business, although I am part of it. I've been in the entertainment business for 20 years. It was never our goal to get her in front of the camera. We just wanted her to be happy. It's kind of something that kind of came out of her. So we're just watering this seed and letting it grow. And then in addition to that, we'll see behind the scenes footage, Hollywood lessons crammed in. I just want to make sure you guys know if you want to get your kids or yourself into modeling, acting, etc., it's possible. You know, I had never seen the way to get in for young people or people with disabilities until we had Cesily, and it's been eye-opening, our journey of getting her in front of the camera and the opportunities that she had. I'm just really happy that she's able to be a representative for the community as well. Let's just start off step one. When we first received our diagnosis for Cesily, we had no idea what spina bifida was. We did a extreme Google search, WebMD, to try to find out what it is. Plenty sleepless nights of trying to understanding the medical jargon, etc. When I was first told, I was at work. My wife was in the doctor's office, and the doctor told her that 80% of people who are diagnosed with spina bifida, their parents choose to abort. And he strongly suggested, because he said our life would be difficult, life would change, it would never be the same, and all these doomsday predictions. My wife and I really always wanted to make a family together. And having Cesily, regardless of how she was going to come, was going to be a blessing to us, and we just wanted to put that forward. And we want to be an example. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. We really just wanted to ensure that she's happy. No matter what condition she was coming out in, we knew she would be happy. And so this first week, it totally changed our lives for the better, but we didn't know how much it would have impacted us. With this unexpected diagnosis, we found out what spina bifida was, went down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out exactly what it is, and sorry, I should have clicked that one before. 80% of the parents do choose to terminate. Just circling back on that again, doctors will always give you they always, for every single thing we went in for, she has a fever, and they would give us the absolute worst case scenario, these absolutely terrible things to tell us, and we're like, but she was just fine at home, like, what, you know, and it's, you know your child better than any medical professional. I'm not trying to give medical advice or anything, but just in my experience, I just know that keeping that hope alive inside of you for your child or for your loved one or for yourself is the most strongest thing you can do. I mean, I know the medical professionals are there to just let you know what the worst case scenario may be, but it may not be that bad. Like life does continue on even after your diagnosis. We were told, we were expected things to be extremely difficult, and you know, it's crazy. The hardest part about her pregnancy was not having her here, because after she came out, it got so much fun and better and happy, and there were so many moments that I can't wait to share with you guys about how beautiful it continued to get. All right. So first, we just leaned on our circle for inspiration to keep going, that it was a long road ahead, and we surrounded ourselves with all of our positive motivators, from my godparents to my in-laws, that really helped build that strong foundation of support as we went on, because we just wanted to make sure, like, regardless of what this diagnosis was, that Cesily still had confidence, and we wanted to instill that in her. Cesily was born June 25th, 2018. The doctor told us prior to her being born that she may not have movement below the neck. There were all these predictions and everything. When she came out, all I saw was her beautiful smile and her beautiful face. And so here goes a little video just showing our little journey leading up to her birth and a few moments after. Thank you. Every small win that we got from her moving her legs to her being able to even enunciate anything, we celebrated her just to ensure that she knew that every little goal was magnanimous to us, because we just wanted to make sure her confidence was slowly built over the years. We had an amazing support system. My godparents, they would run to the store at 2 a.m., pep talks at 2 p.m. My wife's parents, who were always on call, delivered clothes, laundry, food, breakfast. It was amazing just to try to see how family members and loved ones showed themselves. And in addition to our community, although we didn't have the Family Cafe resources at our disposal at that time, going to PT, going to doctor's appointments, we would meet other parents and we would network and we would try to get advice and things, and those things became so pivotal in our growth as parents to Cesily. All those little steps, all those small things really helped. My wife is a former teacher as well, so we knew early on that we were going to do homeschooling. So at age 1, she was already saying her alphabets. By 1.5, we had a wheelchair that we got from a friend who was an old wheelchair. It was a little too big for her, but it's still the same wheelchair she uses to this day. So she got it at 1.5, and she was still moving around in it. And then by age 2, she had all of her colors down, because my wife spent day in, day out talking to, motivating her, just walking her through the steps. And it was just amazing just to see that side of my wife come out. It was beautiful. Along with our support system, our physician, Dr. Natalie Fernando at Long Beach Memorial, our physical therapist, Bessie and Linda, who totally gave us a plan for how to proceed. They kept putting in my daughter's report that she was wheelchair bound, that she was non-mobile, that she couldn't, all the things that she couldn't do. When we met Linda, Cesily was only 1.5 years, and we had yet to bear weight with her yet, just because we were told that she couldn't stand. So we didn't bear weight, and Linda pushed us to get braces, get further physical therapy, and to bear weight. And Linda got her to the point where she was able to walk and actually take steps. And just even seeing that, she does walk with AFOs, with braces, and just those steps alone, and meeting the right therapist that had our back and that perceived hope in her instead of these doomsday predictions really helped out a lot. Other parent friends that we met that we still talk to this day, when Cesily was born, 2 days later, another little girl with Spina Bifida came into the hospital in the NICU. We were there for 1.5 months. We're still friends with that family to this day, and they celebrate their birthdays together because they're only 2 days apart. And so these parent friends that you either meet here or at the hospital, those are a lifelong resource, and we're just super happy to have them in our lives. Our close family and our friends, like I was saying, our godparents and our cousins and people who continually call in and check in on her. Those have been like the basis of making sure that even us have the confidence as parents to continue on. Here goes a little video of Cecily's physical therapy. As you can see, this is her first time in a gait trainer, and she's mimicking the way she saw us walk, you know, and it's like, this is her first time ever doing it. So as we proceeded, you know, she started to take more steps. Her braces came up to her chest, and we just knew that repetition and every day counted towards her journey, and she was motivated too. It was so fun seeing her come along the way. She had a few surgeries on her ankles to correct positioning since she was born, so we did have to take a few months down for therapy. This is after she came back from her surgery. And as you see, like, she's still motivated.
Yeah, I'm
and
tall.
Then,
I'm big. And you're big too. Oh, okay, you're small. Okay.
and then this is a little later on in life. They reduced the size of her braces down to below her knee. With all of her hard work, I definitely want to thank the people over at Napa Institute in Los Angeles, Tishner Clinic in Los Angeles, and her therapist that we got through the Long Beach MTU that helped her get to this point in her therapy. This is during the pandemic. It's just been an amazing journey, just seeing her come along with her confidence and her walking. So in addition to that, I just want to talk about our insurance. And insurance doesn't cover all the things that you need. I'm sure that most of you know. We definitely had to fill in the gap with some creative things to ensure that she was progressing medically towards, her goals. I had to buy her leg wraps. I had to buy some of her braces myself. I had to buy a lot of her medical equipment that I had to look up off of Amazon. And just because the doctors don't have the equipment that you see, like coming to events like these and seeing other people that also have the same diagnosis, and you say, oh, where did you get that from? Sometimes your insurance won't cover it, but we had to make sacrifices to get her the equipment and the therapies that she needed out of pocket from our Hope Fund. So even that still continues to this day, and there's many intricacies about healthcare and insurance that I can go deep in about, but I'm sure we all understand that now. But just getting creative and keeping your mind open and keeping your goals in mind really just helped us get her to the point where she is today with her medical therapy. Our circle of trust, our parents, our friends, and our siblings really helped create these conversations and keep us stable. What I really just wanted to go over this whole first part is just to ensure that you guys know, like, the entertainment part is fun and cool and all, but the main part is this basis of empathetic conversations you have with your friends, your siblings, your family, your loved ones that give you this basis of strong support, because without that basis of strong support, it's hard to be a contributor to somebody, on set, because you have to be their strong backbone. You have to be their protector, because the way the world sees these people in front of camera is the way they perceive people with disabilities. It's the way they perceive people. And even at 6 years old, Cesily is understanding that every time she's in front of the camera, she's representing something bigger than herself, bigger than our family. She's representing an entire demographic, whether she likes it or not. But it's just beautiful that she just smiling and she's still enjoying it. And I'm taken aback by it. So now that we got this strong foundation part out of the way, I want to get into getting your kids, yourself, into the entertainment business. Like I said, I'm an assistant director. I'm a director. I'm a producer. I've been in the business for over 20 years. So I didn't want her to be part of the business. That was never my goal. That was never our intent. She never had headshots. It was something that kind of serendipitously came to us, and we'll get into that. But I do want to go over the steps that can help you learn how to get into the entertainment business smooth and effectively, and what pitfalls to avoid, and the kind of things to ensure that you have success. Representation matters. 1 in 4 individuals in the U.S. is disabled. Only around 2% of every movie made in the past 10 years, 2% of the last movies made in the past 10 years have a lead role of someone that's disabled. And 95% of the roles that are disabled are casted by somebody who is able-bodied, who is non-disabled. The thing is, instead of worrying about whether people will cast you, worried about what they'll think about your photos or what they'll think about you in front of the camera, your kid in front of the camera, if this is what they want to do, you should do it. Get the headshots, do the auditions, and do them the way that you can do them. It may not be the way that they ask, but do them the way you can, because most people don't know much about disabilities. Most people don't know the intricacies and the ways to even direct or act with a person that has a disability. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there to ensure that the headshots and everything is out there, because a lot of the times these casting directors do want to cast people that have disabilities. They just don't know where to look. They just don't know where to find people at. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and make sure that you fully hold your head high, because they're in need of people in front of camera for representation. In order to find these gatekeepers that will give these opportunities, inclusive sets. I worked a Walmart commercial, and we had one young lady in a wheelchair, and we ensured that we had a ramp leading to the backyard, leading up the stairs, leading around. And no, these are not inconveniences. This is what the entertainment business does. If they can go to get somebody sushi in the middle of the desert, they can make a ramp. So I don't ever want anyone that ever gets a role to feel like they're inconveniencing a production or asking for too much. You're not asking for too much, because they need to understand what you or your family member needs. Understand the child labor laws. If you're getting your kid into the business, understand the child labor laws and the hours that they're allowed to have kids on set, because regardless of their ability, sometimes they may try to push the limits as to how long you keep your kids on set. With Cesily, when she was 4 years old, she was only allowed to be working on set for 4 to 5 hours, period, and then allowed to even be on the location for 8 hours. So I knew that going in, but a lot of parents don't have that resource going into it. So please make sure you keep yourself abreast about what are the hours. Go online. Each state is different. California is different than Florida, and Texas is different than Florida, et cetera. But each state's laws are different for child work hours on set. Red flags for productions. Never do anything for free, even if it's for a gift card to TGI Fridays. They should be compensating in some way, shape, or form. Nobody should come out the house for free, unless you're doing it for a brother, sister, family, or friend. But any legit production, if they can't afford to take care of you, then they won't take care of you while you're there. If there's no ramp, If there's no plan to ensure your safety, to ensure your well-being, to ensure your privacy on set, then sometimes it's better to just say no. I've had so many people come to me with experiences that were negative on set or in the entertainment business, and I look at the contract that they got prior to going into it, and it's nothing that they should have ever signed up for in the first place. So ensure that they understand what you need, ensure that they have a plan to ensure that your safety, your privacy, your dignity is kept on set as well. And then in addition to that, this slide here, we just want to make sure that it's very clear that you protect your child. Like I was saying, know the child labor laws, know the rules, know when you need a break. Sometimes they like to not stop filming. They want to keep going, and even if they get into the groove, if you know your child or your loved one needs a break, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to just walk next to them and say, we need a break. Because that is protecting them, because a lot of people don't understand that sometimes you need to go to a private place for a break, you need a breather, etc. It may be restroom, it may just be mental, but whatever you can do to ensure that you feel comfortable as possible on set, just make sure that you are allowed to speak up. Network. Every set is a mini community. The parents, the studio teachers, the directors, the ADs, the PAs, everybody involved with working on set, they've done previous sets before. Always network, always give phone numbers, always communicate to all these people on set, because they will be good resources to have if you choose to continue this journey. They'll be good resources to have if you want feedback on how you did, etc. A lot of kids and a lot of parents, when they come to set, this is studio hack. If you ever get a role, it's always good to write a thank you letter. Write a thank you letter. Make sure that they know that you're appreciative of getting the role. Make sure they know that you really appreciate this journey and everything, because that goes a long way. Because a lot of people just some people feel entitled that they got the roles and never feel that. Just show that you're appreciative of getting the role. Thank you letter to the director, to the producer, to the casting director goes a long, long way. And last but not least, negotiate. Make sure you negotiate if you need a nurse standing by, if you need a private area, if you need any specific production needs, if you need to eat at a certain time, if you need to take breaks at a certain time, make sure all that is laid out before you come. Never feel like you're asking too many questions or giving them too much info before you come to set, because during that little bit of time, you should be in your comfort zone as well while they're getting what they need from you in front of camera. So there's a few huge no-nos that I do want to go over to make sure everyone knows if they're getting into the industry. Never, the very first one, never pay to play. If an agent or a manager tells you you need to pay a dollar amount before they ever got you a role, don't do that. That's not the way it works. Agents, managers, casting directors, they work in service of you. You don't work for them. Don't give them money before they get you an opportunity. So make sure that they're able to get you an opportunity first, they're able to get you a job, and it's a percentage that comes out of the money earned, not from your bank account before you get anything. So just make sure that you're protecting yourself. If they're asking for money for a big casting thing, don't do it, because it's not worth it. That's not legit. You don't pay up front. You pay after you've got the opportunity. Know the rules. As I was saying, even with kids, know the rules with the hours, and even with adults. There's certain hours that you can be on set. Sometimes you'll sign a contract for an 8-hour day, and you'll be approaching hour 7 and 50, and then they'll say, oh, we got one more scene left. It's either they're paying overtime, which is amazing to get overtime as an adult, or they're just gonna let you go. With kids, there's no overtime. When it comes to the time to release a kid, kids don't work overtime in the United States. It's time to go. So it's gonna be very important to know those hours for kids' working hours on set, because when that time comes, it's time to go. We were lucky enough to be on the Wicked set with director John Chu. They were so very professional with our hours, with taking care of Cesily, with ensuring that the accessibility was met. The set, when she came onto set, it was grass, and that kind of had me, I felt a little uncomfortable about that, but I didn't know all the science that went into the grass. I stepped on the grass, and it was specifically made low, and they had a hard surface underneath, so that grass that you see, it's all super soft. Her wheelchair rolled like butter through it. It was like perfectly strategically planned, and it was just beautiful, their accessibility that they made for her on set. She had a state-of-the-art trailer, the first of its kind for wheelchair accessibilities. All the surfaces in this trailer raised and lowered, and it had a ramp getting her into the trailer, and it was just amazing. I want to thank Chantel, who is their disability coordinator. She designed the trailer, and Chantel herself is in a wheelchair, so she came up with the design for the trailer, and it's the state-of-the-art trailer. There was only 2 in the world the time that we did the film in London. So they went above and beyond ensuring that everything was accessible and everything was easy for her to get around. You can always say no at any time. Like I was saying, being in front of camera, it is how you're portrayed to the world. And regardless of if you've got the role, regardless of if you're auditioning for the role, if you don't feel comfortable being portrayed as such, if they're asking you to do something, if they're asking you to wear something that you don't like or that doesn't feel comfortable, you can always say no. You can always ask for a different option. Don't ever go out there and feel like you can't be yourself, or let your loved one go out there and feel like they can't be in their own skin. A lot of our guidance has came from my wife with the wardrobe. She's former wardrobe stylist to the stars prior to us even having kids, so I was blessed to have her there in our corner. So even with her fitting for Wicked, my wife had a lot of opinions, and working with Paul Tazewell, Oscar award-winning wardrobe stylist, was just amazing. He made every single thing accessible about her dress, from the way it was cut to the way it went over her wheels to her little red slippers. He cut the back out just so that her feet can fit in perfectly, and these were not just any slippers. They were like designer slippers that they custom made for her to wear for that set. So they went above and beyond when it came to wardrobe and everything. So we felt very comfortable with how they were portraying her. Just make sure that you also feel comfortable on any scale. If you're gonna be in front of camera, like I said, you are representing, my daughter looks at camera and sees people with disabilities and smiles. So you're representing a big demographic and people who, will draw hope from you just being in front of camera. It's okay to keep your diagnosis private. You don't have to share that with anyone. If they're casting you to be in something and that question comes up, and you can say, I choose to keep that private. It's not anyone's business what your diagnosis is, what your child's diagnosis is. If they want them for the role, they want them. They don't want to, it's not their role to typecast somebody. A lot of the things that we've done Walmart commercials, she's done TV shows. We never told them what her diagnosis was. We just told them the parameters we need to keep her safe and to keep her comfortable on set. So you can withhold that information if you want, or if it's part of the role, to have a certain diagnosis, only under those circumstances would it be important for you to share that info. But just know that that's not mandatory that you share your diagnosis with anybody. And it is okay to ask questions at any point. Sometimes you'll get put in a position where you thought you were going to be in front of camera, but they put you in the back of the room. It's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to put those questions to the production and make sure that they know that you are confused about this element of it or not. Carlos. For the live, they were looking for you. Sorry. There she go right there. So, auditioning and getting the role. Statistics are that you only get 1 out of 40 of the roles you audition for. So I don't want anyone to feel discouraged that they don't get roles. You may audition 50 times and not get a callback. And even after you get the callback, 80% of the callbacks don't go to you anyway. And that's across the board for everybody. Cece has been through the gauntlet of auditioning. She has done so many auditions, and we have selectively chosen things. It's just a lot more audition. You can look at auditioning as practice, and that's what we tell her. It's just practice for the big show. So I did want to share her Wicked audition with you guys. We've never shared it with anybody or any media before. But before we get into that, I just want to talk about how it came about. When she was young, she did a small Target commercial. It was a social media commercial with this dance group in LA with the Rolettes. I'm not sure if anyone's heard of the Rolettes. She did a small little. Oh, awesome! She did a small little role in that, and from that role, it was seen by a casting director who knew the casting director from Wicked, and they were asking for a little girl who was the age of 4 with curly hair who could potentially be in their film. And they knew of Cesily, they showed him that, and that's how we got the audition. We did not submit for it, we were not searching for this. It just serendipitously came to her, and that's just how it happened. And this is our audition. We had no idea how to properly do an audition, which is why I say, do it your way. There's no format to doing an audition. Just give the role what they ask for, and they'll make the decision. This audition was 9 minutes long, which is ridiculous. So it never is supposed to be that long, but this is the beginning of her Wicked audition.
My name is Cesily Collette Taylor.
How old are you?
4.
And what do you like to do? What are some of your hobbies?
Cooking and playing and dancing and music class and singing and piano and guitar and wearing sunglasses and smelling flowers like daisies.
Okay, and who is your favorite Disney character?
Princesses.
Princesses. Can you move your glasses for me, ma'am?
Right. Have to keep my ankle right.
Special thing about you. What do you want me to know about you?
About the sun.
What about the sun? Do you have a favorite song?
Yeah. Sunshine makes together. Sunshine makes together.
Did you make that song up?
Yeah.
Hey. That is the audition video that got her the role in one of the biggest movies of the year. And so like I said, just be yourself. Use your whole personality, and I was talking about the gauntlet of auditions. The next video is just to show how far she's came, like from initially auditioning. After Wicked, then we all started to audition for more roles, and she's gotten progressively better to where she is now, where she knows the routine and she's like very dialed in. And at the end of this video, I do show a couple of the other roles that she's been able to get through auditioning, and check it out.
Hi, my name is Cesily Collette Taylor. I'm Cesily Collette Taylor. I'm 5 years old. Hi, my name is Cesily. I'm 6 years old. Hi, my name is Cesily Collette Taylor, and I'm 6 years old. I'm 3 foot 5 inches. Hi, my name is Cesily Collette Taylor, and I'm 6 years old. My name is Cesily Collette Taylor, and I'm 6 years old, and I'm 3 foot 5 inches. Hi, my name is Cesily Collette Taylor, and I'm 6 years old. Hi, my name is Cesily Collette Taylor, and I'm 6 years old, and I'm 3 foot 5 inches. Hi, my name is Cesily Collette Taylor, and I'm 6 years old. How's my hair? I'm ready to rock. Explain to me like I'm 5. The Bright Lights Kids app is a free way to help 0 to 12-year-olds with feelings and behavior. For example, sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I am sad, sometimes I get really angry. The app covers topics like anxiety, school, bedtime, screen time, so much screen time. Who doesn't like stuff like coaching, resources, tips, and more? What are you waiting for? Sign up now.
So as you can see, her confidence has grown. She loves to take photos. She's always loved to do her hair and makeup. So that kind of all fell into place, and it's just been a wild ride since then. And I just want to go over a couple essentials after you do get the role. When you do audition and you do get the role, just on-set essentials, just make sure you bring the things that you need on set. Even have a small snack, especially if you have dietary restrictions. Some people won't get it even if you tell them about your dietary restrictions. Your medication, your things you need to feel comfortable. Bring a bag and make sure that you're comfortable on set. Studio teacher. Every set, if you're a minor, should have a studio teacher. Studio teacher is there not only for education, but for safety, for the hours. Like if you don't fully understand the laws and the rules regarding of the time on set and how long your kid's supposed to be there, the studio teacher is that resource. The studio teacher is the one to tell the production company, hey, we have 5 minutes left, they need to leave. So that's who you can confide in. That's who you can make sure they're your advocate on set to make sure that your child is not being overworked. Media training basics. She had no media training whatsoever, but the small little things at home do count, like asking questions yourself, practice asking questions, comfortably redirect, direct scenes, etc. Put a camera up just to make sure they know, like sometimes a camera will be this close in their face and that's a little awkward for a kid. Luckily, like I keep referring back to Wicked because it was an amazing experience. John handheld her through the process and walked her through how he was going to direct her on set. He even showed her the footage of herself on camera just so she could feel comfortable, like, look, this is how you look. This is how it's going to look in the movie. So he showed her a sneak peek of what the cut of the movie would look like before anything. It was like the next day after we filmed. So that was just beautiful to see, too. Just make sure that you're prepared, simple responses, mock questions, etc. Because when you do, if you do get a role, there will be questions. Sharing on social media. This is Cesily, y'all, by the way. For her social media, we're lucky enough that my wife has been able to handle all of that, and she doesn't really understand how major it is. She doesn't really get on social media at all. We just limit specific information about her locations, specifically choose photos because she is a minor. We just want to make sure that she can still have some sense of privacy when it comes to the inside of our house and things. Be selective about who can post, who can see your post, especially like, that family feature that's on. That's nice to have because we sometimes share things that are personal with our family members and then remind others not to overshare on your behalf. Like, you get to a point where there's a lot of family members that have older photos and older videos of them. You just got to remind your family, like, oversharing is too much. Sometimes that's too much, and you just got to be selective about what you share. And then the last section is about money. Get the job booked, review the contract, make sure you have a Coogan account set up for your kids, and have your financial future prepared, have accounts ready. Coogan accounts is something that every child actor has to have. It takes a percentage from the amount of money that you're going to make, and no one, not even the parents, are allowed to touch it until they're 18, and only she can access that money. So that's beautiful to have. Make sure you get a Coogan account set up before you get into this journey of entertainment business. Any bank you can go through, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, etc. They all do that. And just know the basic compensation terms, how long until you get paid, and go over the contract with them, and don't be scared to ask questions. This here is after she's got the role. This is her journey after she got them filmed, and we just want to share that with you guys too. And then this last video, I don't know if any of you have ever been to a movie premiere. I was in the business for 20 years, and I had never been invited to a movie premiere until my daughter invited me herself. If and when you all experience that, it was just a joy to be part of, and this video is just a little part of that.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't
And I didn't mention yet, but I would hate to not mention Marissa Bodie, who plays the older version of Nessarose, has been a mentor and a friend of our family since we were on set. The day she filmed, she was a little nervous. Marissa raced her in the wheelchairs, and it was just like made everything feel more comfortable and feel like family environment. But without further ado, I just want to introduce my daughter, Cesily Collette Taylor. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free. Anybody? They give me this mic, too. Just make sure you speak into the mic when you answer, okay? I'm about to find out.
Hello. Hi, my name is Chelsea, and I'm with the Spina Bifida of Jacksonville. So we have other SB peeps over here, but I just wanted to ask, Cesily, what drives you? What motivates you?
What motivates you?
Hi. I was just wondering if you have any plans for any other movies or TV shows.
Any plans for any other movies? Talk in the mic. Talk in the mic. Do you have any plans? You see if it worked? Hello? Hello?
I forgot.
Oh, no, it's fine. So you can tell her that you're trying out for other movies and doing auditions?
Yeah. And I love to do auditions too.
Do? Well, good luck.
You could. That other question. What gets you excited about acting? What's your motivation?
I love to be in my wheelchair and spin around on set.
Hi, Cecily. It's so great to meet you. I'm a big Wicked fan, so super excited that you were doing this. But who was your favorite character to like hang out with even after set, or like the person that you got to hang out with the most, that you enjoyed the most?
I like to play with my friend Karis. That I met her on set. She's my older sister in the movie.
Karis, Karis came out to LA and hung out with her during the Oscars, and they've formed a real special bond over the past couple years.
First of all, First of all, you don't look like a wicked witch at all. And second, did you get to sing anything with Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
What'd you sing?
The Wizard and I.
The Wizard and I.
And that's my favorite part of the movie, too.
Hi, my name is Faith Marie Boyer. I love the acting about Wicked Witch of the West, a young one. What's your favorite part in the play?
My favorite part is when Elphaba flies, and then the end part.
I don't have a question. I just have a comment. First of all, obviously, I'm a big Wicked fan, and I hope to get my picture taken with you later because I also was born with spina bifida. I'm about 3 decades older than you, but when you were talking about her diagnosis, it made me cry because I'm the first in my family to graduate college. My parents were told that I would never learn to read or write, and my parents obviously were given the worst case scenario. And I just want to thank you both because there was never anything like this when I was growing up. There was no representation. There was no little girl with spina bifida for me to look up to. So I'm excited that you're here, and I hope to meet you and get a picture with you. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi. First of all, I wanted to thank Cecily over here, but in the back. I just wanted to thank you guys. Nessarose, Young Nessarose, was one of my favorite parts in the movie from the moment she said, yep. Her tiny little yep. I just wanted to ask you, because in your audition, you said you like Disney princesses. Who is your favorite Disney princess?
Princess Tiana.
Aww. That's a great one. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Ashley Amerjanis, and first I want to say you were wonderful in the movie, and I too wanted to thank you and your family because my daughter has spina bifida, and she grew up without any kind of representation, and I'm really excited that other little girls are going to have you to see on screen and to look up to. You said you're trying out for other things. What do you really want to be in or play?
Any shows or movies that you want to be in?
I wanted to be in a Disney movie. It's called Mira.
Mira the detective.
And that's my favorite show.
Hello, hi, I'm Olamide. Thank you for everything that you did for Wicked. It was amazing. Can't wait to see the second one. And then my question for you is, what's the best part about being famous?
It's because they gave me a cute wheelchair that I got to ride in the movie, and this was my favorite part because it didn't have no seatbelt.
And I think she really likes going to these premieres and taking the photos too. Yeah, I can tell.
Last one, no more questions. My question is, I am biggest fan of Wicked. The Wicked part is like a Wicked, like research. It's not a Wicked. And we are Audrina Conte. She are a friend from our school, and she remember. And her parents say, "Stick a baby away." It means stick away because it's bad. And a girl said, "Ma."
Thank you. Okay, so hi, Shishi. I'm 6 years old, and my name is Aiden. I watched your movie, and you were great. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, how are you? It's so good to meet you. I love your smile. I love your sparkling eyes. And you look like you have so much fun. You have an awesome personality that just shines right through. And you remind me of me when I was your age. And I just want you to grow up, enjoy life, and have a most wonderful time, and never get old. Always, never get old. Always have fun, and never think that you can't do anything, because you can do anything that you set your heart to. And I want to tell your dad how proud I am of you, because I love your attitude. You have I can do attitude.
Thank you.
And nobody's going to stop her as long as I can be here to help her continue on. And she wouldn't be what she is without you and your wife that are making it possible for her to shine and grow up and be a beautiful young girl. Hey, sweetie, it's been so good to be with you today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We have a question to your right. Right over here, front right. All the way right. Front row, over here to your right.
Hi, my name is Serena, and I have a question. If you were to create your own disabled Disney princess, what would you call her, and what would she be like?
Yeah, if you were to make your own princess in a wheelchair, what would you call her? And what would she be like?
I would call her Ariel because Ariel came to my house.
What would she be like? What would be her power as a princess?
Her powers are flying powers.
Flying powers. With the cape?
No, with wings.
Cool. Is that it? Yep. Thank you, everybody. We'll be right over here taking photos with people and, sorry.
You don't get away that easy. Okay? You don't get away. First off, another big round of applause. Oh, come on. I know it's early, but your dad did a fantastic job. Happy Father's
You smell it? Like the rose garden.
So now I get to tell you a little story, Cece. So here in the disability community, or as I like to call it, the disco, okay, so welcome to the disco. Yeah, isn't that fun? You knew you did well. I am just so moved by your story. I'm sorry. You knew you have done something really good when roses came to your door. This isn't your door, but we're giving you roses. Let me tell you why. I'm sure you're so young that you don't know who Justin Dart is. When you get older, you will know, okay? I'm going to tell you, Justin Dart Jr. was a great leader of the international disability rights movement and a renowned human rights activist, widely recognized as a father of the Americans with Disabilities Act and the godfather of the disability rights movement. Through the end of his life, Justin Dart remained dedicated to his vision of a revolution of empowerment. When Justin Dart knew that someone had accomplished a great feat or had done a super job, he sent them roses to let them know how much he appreciated them and he needed them to lead on. You now have roses, Cece. It's your turn to lead on, okay? Because you have done good. The roses have arrived. So here at the Family Cafe, we thought it was a great way to reward and recognize those who made such a difference. And we asked the Dart family and friends if the Family Cafe here could carry forward this tradition. We wanted to recognize good work and to honor Justin Dart's commitment to people with disabilities by presenting them these roses who continue to make a difference and to thank them. So we say to you now, thank you for a job well done. You're young, you're going to keep going, okay? Thank you for your caring. Dad, thank you for your caring. Mom, thank you. And from the words of Justin Dart, there is nothing I have accomplished without reaching to empower others. As appreciation for what you have done, your family, your parents, and what you will do, we now say good job, and we present you these roses. Your kindness will not be forgotten. I love this quote. I cry out to you from the depth of my being. Humanity needs you now. Lead, lead, lead. The Revolution of Empowerment by Justin Dart. I'm going to give this paper to your dad, because, you know, maybe he can go over it and read it to you some other time, too, and remind you. You have great powers, Cece. You have great powers, and I know you're going to use them for good, with or without the wings, okay? But I can see your wings, and they're beautiful, like a butterfly or a dragonfly. I'm not too sure. So thank you so much, okay?
Thank everybody. Thanks everybody for taking the time to listen to my daughter's story. It really means a lot. And thanks again to the Family Cafe for allowing me to share and allowing our daughter to be here. It's been a beautiful event. We can't wait to party tonight and hang out tomorrow.